Greetings, us hairy game lords. This evening I've been playing a prototype of this Die of the Dead from Radical 8 Games. What did we think? Find out. Bearded Lady here, and I have to say straight up, love the artwork, love the components on this. Everyone's laughing.
No, we do too. And, I would say the same, to be fair.
So, you get these little caskets here. Love that. As I said already, this is a prototype. But I mean, just look at the pretty pattern of death. But the pretty pattern on that. So you get 4 of these wonderfully looking caskets, and then a whole load of dice within the game as well. 2 to 5 players.
About 40 minutes.
About a 40-minute game. It's a really nice filler game. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the way it kind of feels new in the kind of the way that you're kind of shaking dice, but you're shaking them in the caskets. There's different locations that you can go to just kind of move the dice around, and then you're basically trying to ascend this stairway, which again looks really, really nice. Yes, love that. And the placing on of your die onto these different locations unlocks different abilities and stuff like that. So pretty nice. So there's these tokens here, and then there's some replayability as well for what the tokens do. So it does one thing like this, does another thing like that. Good times. So yeah. Like the game, like I say, it's a quick filler game, doesn't outstay its welcome, and yeah, it's a good little game, well worth checking out on Kickstarter. Nice.
It's Dave the Grey. So, what did I think of Die of the Dead? Looks fantastic. First off, it is really thematic. And yeah, it looks absolutely great. I think it's a little bit lighter than I was expecting it to be. But that's a good thing, because we played it in half an hour, 40 minutes. Quite a bit of take that, which is always good for us. We don't like each other really, to be honest with you. It's just, we get together once a week to just attempt to stab each other in the back. And then we go home again. It's ace. What's not to love? Obviously, it's a game with a lot of dice, so there is quite a lot of luck involved. However, there are quite a few tactics and quite a lot of opportunity to mitigate your dice rolls. And one of the main ones is the tokens. So these you can gather up with one of the main actions, and they do a couple of different things. So play before another player opens a casket, and you can add a couple of your dice to the casket. Fantastic. If you haven't got any dice in the game for that one, you can load a couple up. I use that one quite a bit. And play after a casket's opened, and you can add or subtract 1 to 1 of your dice rolls, which if you're just about to win but the dice inside don't quite come up in your favour, add 1 to it. Victory is mine. So, sorry, Pete. Again, I beat Pete. And you know what? It never loses its edge, doesn't that? It's great every single time. June, Pete. Do you remember June?
I remember June. And now escape plan. 2 victories probably in the whole of my time against you, but I'm going to hold on to them very tightly.
So, yeah, quite a lot of luck, but quite a bit of tactics and thought to try and make the best of your roll. And even when it doesn't quite go your way, you can just kind of lean on the scales a little bit and weight the odds in your favour. So I really like that about it, and it helped me win, so obviously that's a big plus as well. But looks absolutely fantastic. Very different to I think any of the games on here, so definitely check it out. Might just be for you.
So Hipster King here. Really enjoyed Die of the Dead. I say I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game. Hated losing today again. Getting boring now.
No, it's not.
It was close though. In some respects, had he on my last go. You've got four possible caskets, each one with a different action, and basically you're moving those caskets with your dice up to the end, and somebody will choose at some point, possibly you, to shake that fourth casket, and the winner from that casket, the highest rolls in that casket, ascends 2 of their dice up that staircase towards the land of the living. 9 spaces to get through to get right up to the top. I was around, I think I was on 5 or 6, Dave was around 7. I went for that option knowing there was a chance that Dave had got, I think Dave had got 1 more dice in that box, but I'd got 2 of the wild dice, which meant I'd got more chance of hitting those higher numbers. I did hit the higher numbers, but he was able to turn 1 of his dice over, check it up once, which meant that he won and was able to put the 2 up and therefore win the overall game. I really like the way that each of the caskets has got something different you're doing. And I know Dave kept talking about dice rolls. In some respects, it's a little bit different because you're not just rolling your dice. You're rolling a casket with whatever dice from whichever players are in there. So there's a whole lot of different possibilities going on. Each player has got 3 power dice that they can play at some point, which have got 2 wild faces, which can obviously be anything. So you've got to try and keep your head around what's in each casket, and then those caskets get moved, and you're trying to, which is where the other thing that comes in, which is in addition to the game in terms of replayability, there's kind of 2 modes. There's a simple player mat, which has just got 3 spaces for you to place your prepared souls ready to go into the casket. But on the flip side, each one of the boards has got a special power. My special power was to be able to look in one casket of any of the 4 before choosing a casket, which just helped me sometimes remember what dice were in each casket before moving things around. So there's lots of potential mitigation. If you absolutely hate luck, there is still luck. There are still dice rolls. The caskets only ever move if a 1 is rolled. So it's things like that. You know, if that really isn't you, this game wouldn't be for you. But if you want something completely different that doesn't rely on either sort of the Yahtzee dice rolling mechanic or kind of Perudo with multiplication and adding dice up, this is something very different we've not seen with dice games before. Really like that. Amazing table presence and at a really good price point on Kickstarter. I think definitely worth a check out for those of you that like really good gateway games or something that you can play 2 or 3 rounds of in a sitting quite comfortably. So definitely go and check it out. It's live on Kickstarter from the end of August through to September. Already nearly funded in its first day, so doing really, really well, and they'll soon kick off some stretch goals. And if you like what we do, please like and click subscribe.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello. Hello.